My name is Ariam,
And my name is Etta.
and welcome to our channel, How We See Things. And today's topic is about why do we choose our parents?
Or why do we choose our lives?
Yeah, the whole thing.
The whole thing.
But usually it will come a lot about parents in this video, but it's also about why we choose this life and why do we choose this certain experience in the life. So, how have you? Why did you choose your life? Do you have any answer for that?
Well, not yet. I think I will get the answer when I die. But I understand why I chose a lot of things. It took me a long time to accept it that I chose this, that I had chosen my parents. And this video is probably going to piss a lot of people off. That have had an extremely hard upbringing, and when it comes to drug abuse, sexual abuse, and all of this. And I understand that I had to go through a lot of this myself. Not the drug abuse, but had more to do with alcohol. Yeah, that's an abuse in itself. But the sexual abuse as a child and stuff like that. And when I was younger and bullshit was happening to me, sexual abuse, rape, and all of this really hard things in life, I used to think, why is this happening to me? Why? At that time, I did not quite understand the law of attraction, what I was putting up, because I was a little bit beaten after growing up, and you get beat down, and then shit happened to me. I thought, and people kept telling me, starts to put anything more on you, and what you can handle, and all of this.
And you choose your life.
And you choose your life, and I did not choose this, and everything like that. But then, as I got a little bit older, I started thinking about. I learned more about what I'm putting out is what I was getting. So I really worked on that to put out positive thinking. Looking at my circumstances, what have happened to me in a positive way. How can I apply this in a good way to my life? How can I learn from this? How can I grow from this so I won't be the victim and the abusers be the winner over me and my life? So did that for many years, and I really did an extremely good job. But then when I got a little bit older than that, I started learning about that we chose our parents before we came here, and then we more or less chose the life that we have gotten, and that did not sit well with me. Why would I choose this? Why would I choose this man? Why would anybody that choose a drug addict as a mother? Why would anybody choose a household, whether it be sexually abused or beaten or any kind of abuse? That just did not sit well with me, and I got really angry at people telling me this. This was no effing way that this was, we chose this. This was all just a coincidence. So it took me some years actually to go into this and think about this, and without getting angry. And when I was able to let go of the anger, the people were saying this and projecting this onto others. You chose this experience, and the universe starts to put more and more on you, and you can handle, and all of this. What we are bombarded with, what we need to hear, what we hear all the time when we are going through stuff. But when I start calming down and I start really seeing the whole picture, and then because of my calmness and I had let go of the anger, and I went more into this, I understood more and more. Yes, I did choose this experience. Yes, I did choose my parents. Yes, I did, and I don't wish my experience on anybody, because it was not that easy, and I don't want nobody have had experiences, but we have to learn and grow to get. I needed to, so I could go and get to the point that I am today, to see the whole picture, to understand, and that I'm cleaning up karma, that the reason I chose this so I can be a better helper to you and others, and the universe does not put more on you and what you've chosen to be put on. And yes, I did choose my parents because there was something in them they needed to teach me to make me who I am today. And you know, you have a choice also. If it's gonna make you or break you. If it breaks you, most likely you're gonna come back and repeat it. So I also knew that when I started to make friends with this knowledge that we choose. So I do not want to repeat this. I want to try to clean as much karma as I can possibly can do, and I want to break so many circles as I possibly can in that lays in my bloodline, my past lives, my ancestry. I want to heal, and so I don't want to repeat this. So really, this is how I understood it, that I chose, because I had chosen this job to do this, and then it did not break me. It did not. I did not allow it to break me. It was gonna make me. So I really choose, and I hope you also choose that this will make you. And if you get angry because of this, put some distance and look at the whole thing, and why, and what you could do with it, and what you can learn from it, and how many people in your own family history you can heal from it. So this is how I accepted that I chose my life, I chose my experiences, and I chose my parents. How about you?
Yeah, I also, when I look at this, you know, how you choose your parents and how you choose your life, and there's certain experiences certain people have, and certain people have other kind of experience, and somebody has a bit harder experience, a bit more difficult, and it can be very painful. And when it's painful, it's all right to get angry, because
Oh yeah.
this is emotion, and that's why we usually react when you hear people, you know, you chose this. And it is a reason why you chose this, because it is an experience that you wanted to learn and you wanted to experience. In good and bad, you know, it could be bad in 1 minute, in the next it could be something wonderful that actually did happen, because what happens to you is what makes you. And if you can take whatever you learn from this, what you will say that is a bad experience right there and then, but if you can learn something, you can apply it, that you can better your life, it actually, in reality, it was something good in the end, and it also can help others who also go through this. It just gives you tool to also help others going through the same thing. And it might why you chose to have that experience also to help other people in similar situation.
It can be hard to understand that when you are living in the experience, when things are happening to you right now and there. And here, I mean, no.
Yeah, and that's why you need to go into it and then learn how to go to it. Go through the anger, go through the pain, and then learn how to let it go, so you don't become the victim. Because if you stay in that energy, that is what you attract. And that's why we're saying that you choose certain things to get certain tools, so you can better your life, and it's cleaning up your karma, your history, you know. And yes, it can feel extremely terrible, and nobody's going to deny that feeling you are entitled to. But what you can do is that you can change how you feel about it. You can change how the frequency, how you look at
think
it,
about it, yeah.
so you can actually have a better life. And I think that is what the clue, because the universe does, if you really trust in the universe, which I hopefully that you will be doing, has not put something that you can't really handle. And if you feel like you can't handle, there are something you can ask the universe to really help you through this process. And there will be people around, and you will get the tools that you will be needing if you don't feel it. They are right there next to you, experience it with you. And I think that is very important to remember. And you also chose this to look at the world, to grow from the next thing that you did not experience last life, or the family legacy.
Cleaning up karma, cleaning up your family history, your DNA.
Or just something new experience that you haven't had, and you decided, you know, I want to experience this because last time I did not get it. I want to experience the other side of this. And that's how I look at it. And yes, that can be painful. But also it can be a wonderful tool if you learn how to use it. That you can actually look at it, that how awesome that you have gotten this wonderful gift that nobody else has experienced, that you can share it with the world so they can actually heal.
Yeah, and besides, why would you want to not go through this in this life and know that you have to repeat it in the next? I don't think any of us that have gone through hard life experiences and want to do that again, even though we might not remember, part of our DNA does. So we recommend for you that if you are in a situation that you are living a terrible life, think about the energy that put in, accept that you chose this for one. You might not understand the reason right now, but you will later in life. If you just keep on going, don't give up. Please never give up. No, it's always a better day tomorrow than it was yesterday. It depends on what you put out and what you. Yes.
And how you actually change your thought about it.
Yes.
You know, if you start looking at life in a better way, it usually attracts a better way. If you look on the other way, it usually turns out like this. And this takes sometimes time, but you just have to accept that also, you know, accept yourself how long time it is no limit. But if you can change the way you're thinking towards it, there are better, and you are a strong life, you are a beautiful person, even though all the things are happening around you. That's what I feel is very important to remember, especially in this hardship, to remember how actually beautiful and how awesome you are, and especially that darkened hours.
I want to ask you a question now, Arjen. How did you feel when you got that information or understanding that you had chosen your parents?
In the beginning, I was like,
like all of us.
Yeah, it's like, why? Okay, how does that fit? Why do I choose this? And who in their right mind want to choose this? You know, you get this question, why do you choose this? But at the same time, I also felt, you know, there are some truth to it. There are some truth to it, because I was thinking, yeah, but the thing is that a lot of things happened to me has defined me as a person, and it would not be the same thing. And that means that I must have chosen something into it. And every experience that I have chosen. I have chosen how I came into it. I have chosen every experience and how I have dealt with it, how I have reacted, everything. So I was thinking, I never think that the universe ever forced you to do something.
No, I don't think so either. This is why I think we
choose to that. But at the same time, when I was in the worst time, I didn't always want to admit that to the universe, that actually I felt
they were right.
Or I felt more forced into it. And that's why I hear a lot of people say, I've been forced into the darkness, I've been forced into it. No, we have chosen all of this, and we choose how to react what we dealt with. And sometimes we go further in, and there's no right and wrong in this. But
no,
we have every time chosen every experience and how we react to it. And that means also we chose the parents, the life, which part of the world you live, everything. And that can be a very big pill to swallow. It can be very hard to swallow that. And sometimes, especially if you are in that emotion, that it is very hard at the moment. It's very hard to swallow that pill. But if you do, it will become much easier for you to, and it will be easy for you to accept yourself and accept the universe and accept who you are.
Yeah, and if you don't get nothing else out of it, and you feel aggravated about the parents that you chose, and that we are full of bullshit, that's okay also. But you can actually take a lesson in that also, because then if let's say, for example, if your parents drink a lot, or they're abusing you one way or another, you can choose, you know what? I don't want to be like this. That's a very good key. That's a very good lesson. That's a very good thing to have in your backpack when you go out in life. That you don't want to, then you want to do everything opposite that your parents did.
Yeah.
And
then you also learn something.
Yes. See, that could be the only wisdom that you got out of it.
Yeah.
But that in itself is huge.
Yeah.
It's humongous. So we have a little bit of motorcycle. We are sitting in a park, a beautiful, beautiful Skien is where we live in Norway. And we decided to be outside today again because of the beautiful weather. And I hope you don't get irritated with all the cars and sounds and everything else. But this is how we think about this subject and how we feel in our experience with choosing your life, choosing your parents. So I hope you got some keys out of this.
Yeah.
And some encouragement to continue and
To be yourself.
And to be yourself and accept your life and do the changes in it that you want to happen.
Yeah. That you want.
And not just be the victim and give in and then maybe repeat the same pattern as your parents or your past that is easy to do also. So we really hope that you do the opposite.
Yeah. Focus on you.
Yes.
Focus on you and what you want out of life. Really accept who you are. And don't worry about so much about the circumstances around you, more about how you deal with it and what you reflect and what you put out. If you are focused there, I think that most of your life will change more than if you focus on the circumstances outside. What can you, with your power, because that is the key again, you have the power to change everything. So if you start with you and what you want out of life, you just focus on that and change whatever you want out of life.
Your life is
will get better.
Yeah.
And that's what we also tried to again tell you in this video. Don't let what you have chosen, parents and other things outside circumstances, define you.
Yeah.
And it define you. You define you. Even though you're gone for it, you still define who you are. And you are amazing just because you are. And I think that is going to be really what we try to say this. Even though you have this experience, even though
you have chosen it,
and you can do something about it, because you can be awesome however you want to, if you choose to.
And that's why you chose it. So the outcome can be the opposite.
Yeah.
Who knows, good or bad? You're still an awesome. So this was our short, I'm not sure how long this was, but video today. And in the meantime, then I really, really hope that you remember that you are absolutely amazing just because you are you and you are here.
And don't forget to hit the subscribe button and hit the bell so we can get the notification.
And leave us a comment.
Leave us a comment. Leave us a like.
Love to hear from you.
Love to hear from you. And always shine bright.